Hello YouTube. As you can see, the woods has lost its covering of snow. It got pretty cold last night, and so the water here has got a little thin layer of ice, which is now melting. And we're gonna cook a big Polish meal today. I got kielbasa and I got sauerkraut. I have some potato pierogies, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to have some wild onions to cut up and sprinkle over them potato pierogies right when they're almost done, you know, and just kind of saute them onions in the steam, in the butter steam. And so I remembered that I had came out here, we had like a warming spell in the winter, and I found this patch of wild onions out here, and I'm leaving, you know, plenty of them. I don't want anything to go locally extinct because I tore them all up, so, you know, I'm not even taking 1/10 of what's here. And I'm also digging them up by the bulb so that I'm going to plant these in my yard. I already have some wild onions in my yard, but they're just not coming up great so far this year. Little screwdriver there that I used to dig these up. There's some beautiful little bulbs in there. You know, I'm really tempted to eat the bulbs. And I don't know, I'm just digging around in the leaves, and I found these little snail shells. I thought they were kind of cool. This phone camera ever focus. So that's it. I'm gonna go home, and I never intended to stay long today. I'm really lucky because, you know, the melting snow came almost all the way up to where these onions were. I'm about standing in the water digging them up, and I just cleared away the leaves and kind of dug a few of them up. You can smell them a little bit. I'm sure somebody that hasn't smoked for 30 years could probably smell them a lot better than me. But I could smell them as I approached. And they're delicious little bastards. Well, there's one that's up. You know, it's not even covered by soil, so I might as well take that one too. But you can see it's just a little tiny bulb. I'm sure, you know, because I'm going to cut the green stuff off and eat it. I'm going to plant them bulbs. They'll come up in my yard. These are pretty hardy little bastards. They'll that's nothing for them. You can transplant them very easily. And I'm going to put these somewhere in my yard where I'm not going to so easily confuse them with, because right now my wild onions are coming up right in the middle of what we call a windflower. And I'm sure that's just a colloquial name. I have no idea what they're really called. But they come up, and when the sun comes out, there's a real nice white flower. But the leaves of the thing look just like onions, and you have to like feel them in order to tell whether it's an onion or a windflower. So I'm going to put these little babies somewhere away from the windflower. And my little trophy bag there of onions. That's it. I'm going to sign out, I guess. I didn't go to the bookstore today, or yesterday, I mean. In my drunkenness last weekend, I had promised my wife and her friend that I would take them out to pretty much a discotheque. And we would go dancing. Now, I don't dance, not at all. I did go out on the floor for one song, just to amuse my wife. But it was kind of horrible, that dancing. Just because of the drunken scum. We ended up at about 12:30. Some guy had bumped into my wife twice right in front of me, and I ended up pushing him, and I think the guy was so drunk that he didn't even, this guy didn't even know. He didn't even know somebody had pushed him. So we left. We got the hell out of there. I have finished Franz Joseph and His Empire. Franz Joseph was just, I guess if you're born an emperor and you live like that, you become a man like Franz Joseph was. May have been an emperor, but he wasn't really hardly a human, and he's the guy that, declared war on Serbia after the Archduke Ferdinand and his wife were assassinated, and I think Franz Ferdinand had a pretty good idea what was going to happen, but when Ferdinand was murdered, it made the Habsburg family lose honor, and I think that caused the whole fucking thing. After that, it was just an avalanche of people declaring war on each other, and we got the First World War. Of course, the French wanted revenge on the Germans anyway for 1870, so the French were all geared up for it. And I think we can all agree that World War II came directly out of World War I. But anyways, now I'm reading Vienna in 1814. And it's a wonderful book. I've only been reading it for like 2 days. I just went over page 200, and it's about the Congress of Vienna. Talleyrand, Metternich, everybody is there. Talleyrand he's a son of a bitch. You can see how he got the nickname, the Limping Devil. I think Bismarck would have handled his ass, though. I think Bismarck would have lit up a big-ass cigar and blew smoke right in his face. Yeah, it's a good book. I want to get home and get the kielbasa going and get back to that book. Oh, I'm gonna make a can of beets with that too. You gotta have some beets if you got kielbasa, and I did buy a brand new jar of horseradish. I didn't get the beet horseradish this time because that's not strong enough. I just got the pure horseradish. And that's it. It's a nice sunny day, but cold. And I'm gonna hike back to the car. Go transplant this shit, cut up them onions. Signing out.